1140 The Fan. Talkin Money. Talkin Money.
Let's rejoin your host, Jeff Tarbell, and Talkin Money.
Just try to be your normal, humorous self, okay? The guy you were before the tailspin. Do you remember that guy? People love that guy. And don't forget, your novel is coming out in the fall.
Oh, really? How exciting. What's it called?
Come here, Mons. Come here. Do not sabotage me. If you want to be a fucking lightweight, then that's your call, but do not sabotage me.
Oh, aye, Captain, you got it.
And if they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any Merlot!
Okay, relax, Miles. No Merlot. Did you bring your Xanax? Do not drink too much. Do you hear me? I don't want you passing out or going to the dark side. No going to the dark side.
Okay.
There you go. There's our sideways reference from the white Merlot I'm sure he was talking about.
Yes.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. We did get a winner to our quiz question, and the question was there are 18.9 years of estimated reserves, mining reserves of this mineral or precious metal, and that was
gold.
And gold. So that, according to the Wall Street Journal, which is actually a kind of a survey of all the mining firms. But I think I need to take up scuba diving. Actually, I am scuba diving. I need to start scuba diving.
You got to be able to get a little deeper without blowing your ears out.
Yeah, no kidding. Because what was the number for the? How much gold is estimated to be floating on the bottom of the ocean?
They say that they could recover 10 million tons of gold worth over $500 trillion. Whew. So you were saying if the gold's in the hills, the gold runs out of the rivers, through the streams, into the ocean.
Into the ocean.
It's a little bit of gold.
And I just said floating in the ocean. I'm guessing it's not floating.
It's not floating. You're going to have to sift it.
Yeah. And that
spend a few dollars.
That would cost a few bucks. So
we have two things with minerals right now. This article talks about the investment, like Caterpillar, a bunch of other large mining companies that supply equipment for mining. And they're looking at joining forces with some of the aeronautical and space programs because they're going to be, them asteroids are out there.
So Caterpillar, I think that's what Caterpillar wants to work with NASA to what? Put a whatever backloader on the moon or what? Well, I mean,
yep, you got it.
So they think we're going to run out of minerals here.
We looked at autonomous operations of equipment as being the same type of technology that could be used on the moon as well as mining in these local applications. So they're looking at different places too to go, Greenland, Mongolia, the Arctic, the moon.
So you run out. And I mentioned gold there. And I'll have to do this on a different show. I have to get someone who's really an expert on this. But I was going through some articles this week about gold, and one of the thoughts about gold is that China is trying to buy up or collect all of the gold reserve that they can, and basically, own the majority of the gold in the world. And one of the reasons behind it is the thought is that they want to try to make the Chinese currency the world currency instead of the U.S. dollar. And so if you get enough gold backing it, although gold doesn't back the U.S. dollar anymore, but that's their thought is to try to get the Chinese currency to be the U.S. currency. I mean the world currency rather than the U.S. dollar. So you see China and other buying up a lot of raw materials, but gold being one of them. And some people in the financial world think that there's some play behind that to get China. China wants to put themselves in a different position, working with Russia to bring their country's denomination into being the world standard. So that's interesting. And through that research, and also through watching Pawn Stars on History Channel, I came across the term junk silver. And junk silver is a term for pre-1965 coins. So prior to 1965, coins in the United States were made with silver. Not entirely, but I think it's about 71% silver. And those coins have been taken out of circulation, and now if you ever hear the term junk silver, they're usually referring to bags of coins, of silver coins. And so they're valued based on their weight and the current value of silver on any given day. I think silver runs about $28-$29 an ounce right now. So you can buy in various sizes of these bags of coins junk silver, and that is for people who follow or believe that there could be a potential for a disruption in our economy, and it could be any numbers of types of disruption. It could be if you follow some of the people who are following some of our trials and tribulations with Iran. Some believe that Iran has a plan that if we or somebody attacks them, they will attack our power grid and our internet system and those kind of things, so that we'll shut down power and internet and those kind of things for some period of time. Well, think about it right now. How much money do you have on you right now? Okay, I mean
$20.
Yeah, $20, $40. Maybe some of you carry $100. Maybe someone's got $1,000. Okay, so what do you do? I mean, where is all your money? It's all electronically stored, right? It's at the ATM machine. It's online. I mean, I don't even write a check anymore. It's like just so what happens if our system shuts down and there is no ATM machine temporarily? And I guess you could walk into the bank, but if a major disruption in power or internet communication could cause some disturbance, for some period of time. And so I started following this theory of this kind of this junk silver. And I actually, for any of you that watch Pawn Stars, which is the History Channel, the pawn shop in Las Vegas, there was a young kid walks in the show. This was last week's show. Young kid walks in. He's probably, 25, 27 years old at most. He walks in with just huge block of silver. I mean, the thing is like probably weighed as much as that potting plant I'm trying to move around. It was huge. And he's got all these junk silver coins. And this is a kid who, since he was 12 years old, his dad was telling him, you got to collect these junk silver coins, these preceding. So this kid walks in with all this silver. He had $127,000 in silver.
Wow.
That he came in and he sold it to the pawn guys, and they weigh it out and pay market rate, for the silver. And what caught my attention was that as part of the show, the son Rick, who owns the shop, sold off a lot of the silver, and the old man, the dad, was furious with him. He said, "We don't sell silver. We never sell silver." And I started thinking, what's his problem? And the reason being is a lot of people that hoard silver, and particularly the junk silver coins, is it is an extremely easy commodity. That if the world goes to hell and back for some period of time, or you can, in the junk silver coins, you can break them down into small amounts because they have an intrinsic value. Anybody will trade you at the grocery store, if you get into that kind of a barter system. We know what it is. We know how much it weighs. We know what the cost it is, and so it's easier for you than going in with a silver bar, let's say, that's worth $1,000, and you want to get some groceries, So you go with these junk silver coins. So if you hear that term, junk silver, that is a very, very popular way of doing. I guess you could say it's some investing, because silver goes up and down like any commodity. You're subject to having it go up and down, but it's also it's a catch for people who believe that there could be a time when the U.S. dollar, either you can't get your hands on one, or the value is dramatically decreased or doesn't have one. And so there are people who will invest in junk silver. The problem with it is it's a pain in the butt. Right. Each bag, even a small bag, like I think the smallest bag you can get them into when I was looking around was about $2,000 for a bag, and it's about 5.5 pounds. But most of them sell in about the $10,000 to $20,000 bag, and it's 25, 30, 40 pounds. It's like, where do you store all this?
That new house, you're going to need one more garage. Kim.
You're going to need
one more garage in that house.
I don't have any. It's an interesting concept, but you're going to start storing all these little bags of junk silver around, and then I don't know, but it's just something for those of you, if you hear that term or you see people that are trading in these pre-65 coins, that's why they're doing it. It's not in many cases it's not for the investment value. It's a little bit of a hedge against, I don't want all my money in U.S. dollars. So it's kind of a fascinating.
I'm just wondering if that kid went to the casino with that $127,000, or
they didn't say what he was doing.
Bought a house.
Got the impression maybe he was looking to buy a house, something, and that's the thing. Normally if you go to a pawn store or pawn shop, you are taking some sort of a cut on your price to to sell to them. If you're selling your guitar, if you did it on Craigslist yourself, you get $200 and they'll give you $100 because they got to make a profit. But in that world of those precious metals, there isn't any. You don't take a hit. In fact, if you come in with a fair amount of it, and you can actually maybe get a little bit of a premium on them because you didn't have to collect it. So you'll get your cash and then some. So it's a very interesting concept. We'll have to see if we can find somebody someday who kind of trades in that world of. And you hear them all the time. Invest in gold and all these different commercials and different things. And I always thought, where people get hurt. Is they buy, what's the term? Is it numismatic, or they're buying something at a value beyond the spot value of the coin. So they're buying a coin that this golden eagle was held out of the treasury and it was never circulated, and so the gold value in it's $50 and you're paying $150. That's where you lose. But when you're looking at true precious metals, generally what you're looking for is the cheapest price you can get, the handling charge, if you will, above spot price. And so generally, like on these coins, you pay about, say, 75 cents to $1, per ounce beyond the spot price. And so, if it's $28, you're paying a small premium plus some shipping and some other things. So what you're looking for there is just how can you get it the cheapest without paying, beyond the price. So I think where you get hurt is you start trying to buy these super dual coins that were theoretically hidden in Abe Lincoln's garage, right. and we just found them, and they're for you, and we're going to stick you with the price for them. I don't know, but I don't think that's where you want to be.
I agree. The rare penny or the rare this and that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you can make money anything if you know what you're doing, but if you're just looking for a strict hedge against how do I get my hands on something that's not a dollar bill, or if I can't get my hands on dollars real quick, and there are people who believe you should have a safe deposit box with $10,000-$20,000 in it, just sitting there. Not in your house so you can get robbed, but in a place where you can get your hands on it. Well, and you'll have to get into this because it is fascinating. There are storage units around the country that are like FBI, Secret Service type. I mean, they're super, super nondescript. They don't keep your name. They don't keep any records on you. They use an iris off your eye. That's the only way you can get in or out. They don't tell anybody what's in there. There are some people that go to some super extremes to protect themselves. So I'll have to find an expert on that and have them come in and talk about all the things because I think it's fascinating what the belief is behind it and on the efforts you go to do that. So by the time you store all your money, have you gained anything? I'm not sure. Hey, we got to take another quick break. You got a quiz question there or no?
I do.
Okay.
I do. So
well, this one is fascinating. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Or you can text us at 441140, and this is particularly important if you're getting ready to travel for the summer, so think about this.
Everybody wants to take a trip. It's summertime. So this talks about the airlines and their profit and profit margins.
They make all kinds of money. They're screwing all of us.
That's right. Sure. Soda, free. What's free anymore on an airline?
Nothing.
Okay. Well, part of the reason is I think it's pretty expensive. So the question is, out of 100 seats, how many seats sold is profit out of 100. So you have fuel costs, you have salaries for the employees, you have ownership costs, government fees, taxes, maintenance,
sodas, peanuts.
Right.
So on a theoretical 100-seat flight, how many seats are actually profit for the airlines? They had a little chart there. They kind of broke it out. And all these. I think was the number one expense, was it gas?
Fuel.
Okay, so fuel was the number one expense.
29 seats.
Wow. So 29 seats just to cover the fuel expense. So there you go. So the 339-1140. 1-800-920-1140. You can text us at 441140. Christy, did we give away the Mix It Up rental machine yet? Let's do that. If you know the answer to this quiz question, how many seats on a 100-seat flight are actually truly profit for the airlines in this theoretical demonstration? And I will send you a gift certificate to the Mix It Up one-day beverage rental for your, if you're holding a party this weekend or next weekend or whenever you get it, we'll send them out there and you can put your own good white Zin in there if you want, or Merlot or whatever. This is Talkin Money. We'll be your ride
back.